It's a long-running ordeal, and different moments that are up and down. Big picture terms, we're obviously looking to see what happens on Sunday. She has come out of, or had the ankle tag taken off. That was a step forwards. New court case raised. Not clear at this stage if it's a big new court case or if it's a bit of signalling. So we'll see. And we did ask our lawyers redress to write to the government with the torture report this week, which is mainly one of the things I always worry about, is that this just drifts on and on and on, and the impact that has on that. I mean, the impact it has on all of us, but the impact it specifically has on Nazanin is not small. And I think if the government, you can get caught up in the, it just being a sort of a political process, and get a bit complacent, if I'm honest, about how long this has taken. And this has taken 5 years. We've just gone beyond her sentence. She was innocent at the beginning. It is outrageous. The government's got stronger in its language over time, but it's not really calling out hostage taking, which torture and hostage taking are words that should be using right now. So we did that report. It's revealing some quite intimate stuff, none of which was new to us as having lived through it. But I don't think for a long time I'd seen it all put together quite the same way, let alone have a doctor saying, and this is the impact of it. And in some ways, you cope with campaigning by coping in compartments, living it day to day, and not worrying about the big. So I've had quite a few questions with people saying to me, so you're not really worried about the impact and the scars. And yes, if I stop to think about it, of course I'm worried about the impact and scars, but I try not to stop and think about it, just to make sure that the government understands this needs to end, and that the Iranian authorities are held, shamed for what they're doing, and at some point held accountable for it. The fact that we are so public means that our case is watched by lots of people, which means that actually, we can ask the British government to try and attend the trial on Sunday. It means that we can ask the Iranian authorities know they're being watched, so they're careful what they do. Now, there can be more politics that goes with that, but the basic treatment that she gets is as good as it gets for many of the Iranian prisoners who are held. And certainly if you compare our treatment to some of the other British cases that have been held, some of the other foreign nationals, we've had it better. There's been no attempts to try and electrocute her. There've been no attempts to, it's not that she hasn't felt very, very low and at points felt suicidal, but to my knowledge, she's not attempted it. Other cases have attempted it numerous times, and they didn't walk into prison a depressed, unhappy person. That prison made them that way. One of the complaints I've always had of the British government is, how dare you advise people to keep quiet? You are exposing them to more danger. You really are complicit in torture, and that is a strong statement to make. But it is the direct consequence of their approach. You're choosing in how you handle Nazanin's case. You're choosing how you're handling the debt case. You're not choosing to, Iranian hostage taking is Iranian hostage taking, but you're choosing how you respond to that. And here's 5 years worth of consequences that its impact on our lives. This week I did get angry, but actually I got angry with the Iranian embassy. So we went to do an event the day after, and they had told the police that they weren't accepting our petition and they weren't allowing me to go up onto their doorstep. And I was like, who do you think you are? You have abducted my wife. You have never opened the door in 5 years, and you are telling me that you are unwilling for me to ring your doorbell? Screw that. And I went, and the police tried to stop me. I just pushed straight through them. No, there's a basic respect here. You should feel the shame for your actions. It's probably closer to the end than it was last week. But we felt close to the end before, and then not been. It's not linear, and it's not like it gets easier at each stage. There's a basic uncertainty and abusive uncertainty that will continue until she's safe. Keeping her in the light has been profoundly important for keeping her safe. There's an awful lot to be said for people just watching and caring, and just willing the world to be different, if that makes sense. So just knowing that this should not be. This is right. And some people, it takes the form of at points we ask people to write to MPs or sharing things on social media or just following. But yeah, that it's not. I mean, our experience obviously in some ways has been a very cruel one, particularly for her. But it has also been an experience of great kindness, of people reaching out and caring and sharing and just letting us know that yeah, this shouldn't be, and we're metaphorically holding your hand. And all of that is important for keeping going, but it's probably all the more important for when this is over and she comes back to realise that actually, yeah, there was a world out there that was just nurturing her and her family and will continue to nurture all of us.